You know what? Here's my opinion on it. The dragon scale doesn't really bring them anywhere. It's actually laced with cocaine, and it sends them on a very far out trip where they think there are talking dragons everywhere. But really, it's their parents and their friends. Hell if I know. I might be high right now. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Floz MG back with another episode of Tear Up, and this time we are going to be ranking PBS kids shows. And not only that, we're using a new, different format. See, we're in a circle. A circle. I've been doing it with the green screen. I mean, like the bottom corner for about 2 years. I feel like also with like a new location and everything, I feel like it's a time to try out some new different formats and see what works for me. Know what I mean? But either way, let's get to ranking these shows. The tiers for this video are as follows. God tier, binge watcher, family show, only kids would like, and canceled. I'm actually seriously trying to think if any of these shows got canceled. I see one that definitely should have been, but we'll get to that later. First up, we have Arthur. Now, Arthur, this show, I will say, I did not watch much of it. I love the theme song, though. And I say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Halfway tempted to do that theme song now. Just a little bit. If I remember correctly, I think like the series finale of Arthur was like him all grown up, along with all the others like being all grown up. And I say that was, I will admit, that was kind of a pretty wholesome ending. You know, a big downside for Arthur when he kind of bitch slapped his sister. Wait, was it DW that got bitch slapped? I don't remember. I think it might have been. If it was, damn, that moved Arthur up a spot. I will say, I was originally going to put Arthur in Family Show, but thinking about it a little bit more, I think I actually might put him up in Binge Watcher. I feel like there's a few people who definitely would have binge watched that show. Definitely. I'm not one of them, but there are definitely people who would. Next up, we have Barney and Friends, which theme song is like a blatant ripoff of Yankee Doodle Dandy. Barney is a dinosaur who I really pretend. Yankee Doodle into town riding on a pony. Right, it's riff-off! Losing some points for unoriginality. I don't know if that's a word. I made it up. I coined it. From now on, anyone who wants to use the word unoriginality must pay me royalties. This show did have a little bit of a creep factor with the whole song at the end. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Look me in the eye and tell me that's not going to give you fucking nightmares. If not from him, absolutely from me doing it. I will say, though, I will say, it was one of my favorite shows watching growing up. Nowadays, I look back at it and I'm like, what kind of fucking meth trip was I on? Overall, I think I'm going to put it midway in Family Show. Just right at that midway line. Next up, we have The Berenstain Bears, which a huge Mandela effect with the freaking name of that movie. Everyone thought it was like the Berenstain Bears or Berenstein Bears, something like that. Like E-I-N. But no, it's the Berenstain Bears, A-I-N. Mandela effect! Everyone remembers it wrong! I could never really get into this show. And compared to it, I always preferred Little Bear from Nick Jr. or Nogginer, whichever one it's technically from. Berenstain Bears, it just ain't my sort of thing. Honestly, I think only kids would like that show anyway. Next up, with the hardest theme song of PBS Kids, we've got Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can! I said it goes hard. Bob, he's a builder with a bunch of talking machinery. I feel like every sort of kid show has some inanimate object that talks. Every single one. it has some sort of inanimate object or animal that's not supposed to talk, talking. And I also tried to sing it that way because I think I actually included Bob the Builder on my, my Nick Jr. show's tier list thing. And I sang the theme song, and that shit got copyright claimed. The fuck? So I tried singing it with a little bit of a so it wouldn't get flagged. If it gets flagged, fuck you, PBS. PBS tried to copyright claim me. Bobby gonna go and cancel, but I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt right now. I will put you in the middle in Family Show. If you even think about copyright claiming me, I know what I'm gonna do. I ain't nobody. Next up, we have the absolute brat of television, Caillou. Someone needs to unplug this fucking cancer patient's life support. I mean, seriously, I've seen 3-month-old puppies better behave than him. All this show ever taught you was act like a complete brat, whine all the time, and you get rewarded. That's literally all the damn show taught you. It doesn't teach you good things. It doesn't teach you good things. And like I said toward the beginning, Caillou should have been canceled from the very fucking beginning. Next up, we have Clifford the Big Red Dog. I still haven't seen the live-action movie adaptation. Wait, is it out? Depending on when I'm recording this video, it might not be out yet, or it's been out for a long-ass time and my dumbass just doesn't know when things come out. Both are very equally possible. I will say, I remember watching a good amount of Clifford when I was younger. Do I remember much of it? Not really. Other than he's a big red dog that talks. Plus, I honestly feel like this is a show that only kids would love. It reminds me of a saying that, I don't remember who said it, but it was something along the lines of, a kid's show that can only be enjoyed by kids is not a good show. I can hear them saying it, but I can't remember who the fuck it is. Some people might be angry at me with my opinion on this one, but next up we have Curious George, and I'm gonna say, flat out, not a fan of it. Didn't watch much of it. There's definitely someone here that I put above Curious George. And honestly, to me, it's only a little bit better than Caillou, but a bit worse than Clifford. Come on, go to the front. Okay, screw it. You'll stay there. Who needs that stupid monkey? Wait. No. Don't you dare take that out of context. I might cut this out. Then again, I might leave it in, because it's very stupidly funny. Welcome back to the compilation of Floz MG fucking himself over. Alright, absolutely nothing bad was just said. So, let's keep it going with Cyber Chase. This is one of the best shows on PBS. Plus, this one had the most lit theme song on PBS. No matter what, out of everything. 3 kids travel from the real world into cyberspace, where they have to solve many problems in the cyber world with math. And because math was my favorite subject in school, matter of fact, the only subject I was actually ever any decent at in school, I think that's why I connected a bit more to this show than I have some of these other ones. So you know what? Cyber Chase, you got to, baby, yes you are. I need to listen to the theme song again, because that was who knows how off key. But who cares about that? Next up we have Dragon Tales. So there are 2 kids. I forget what their names are. Never mind. There's a 3rd kid. I also forget what his name is. But they touch a dragon scale, and they say a phrase, and I forget what the phrase is. Something like, I wish, blah, 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 and blah, and blah, blah. I don't remember what they say, but then they get transported to the dragon world. You know what? Here's my opinion on it. The dragon scale doesn't really bring them anywhere. It's actually laced with cocaine, and it sends them on a very far out trip where they think there are talking dragons everywhere. But really, it's their parents and their friends. Hell if I know. I might be high right now. But Dragon Tales, I will say, I kind of appreciated it a bit more than the only kids would like, so I think I'll put it up in Family Show. That's unfair to me. Next up, we have The Electric Company. And I don't know, there are probably some people that are going to be upset with me for including this one, but I've never seen the original Electric Company. I've seen this one, and I will say I really do like this one because they sort of had superpowers, but with words. Who cares? They were still powers beyond human abilities, and I think that's what made me enjoy it because it was beyond human. Plus, this one also had a really good theme song that I might have to do in the future at some point. I'm gonna have to really listen to the rap part very carefully because I still cannot. I've watched that for who knows how many years, and I still can't remember the rap verbatim. I still can't remember it. Obviously, the Electric Company are the good guys, but then there's the evil pranksters, all of which, except for one, Manny Spamboni, and that name too. They all have their own sort of superpowers. Danny Rebus, who can shoot Rebus puzzles from his hand. Francine, who also has word balls. And... oh yeah, and Annie Scrambler, who can just re-scramble words. Very lame powers, but they're still beyond human, so I like it. I'm not going to put it in God tier, because I know there's some fucking asshole in the comments who are going to get upset with me for that. So I'll put it one step lower in Binge Watcher. You happy? Next up, we got Fetch with Rough Ruffman. This was also one that I really enjoyed. I think it's because it had a bit of a game show vibe to it. I know it was sort of like mostly scripted or whatever, but there was still a bit of a game show vibe. I really liked it. And I always thought one day I could be on it. But no, I was destined to live a lame life without debt. Never mind, I got plenty of emotional debt as it is. But either way, Fetch with Rough Ruffman, I don't care if you're gonna hit on me for this one. I let Electric Company slide by, but no. Fetch with Rough Ruffman will go to the top and go to you, as I say so. Next up, we have a show called Maya and Miguel. I will be honest, I've watched, I think, like, not even 20 episodes of it. It was just not my thing. All I can remember is like Maya's hair spinning and her saying SOS or something like that. And Miguel basically not having any of her shit. You know what? It's going to be the very end of Only Kids Will Like. Because I'm not going to put it in canceled. Because I know there'll be someone in the comments from like, oh my god, he put the only one with Hispanics in the canceled. Floz MG hates Latinos or something. Get a fucking life. Next up, a show that's been going for who knows how many years. I'm going to be honest, I actually don't know how long it's been going. We have Sesame Street, where, I'm going to be honest, Elmo carried this entire show. Elmo carried the entire show. I will say, Cookie Monster and Big Bird did help a bit. Bert and Ernie, they also did carry it a bit. Grover and Oscar the Grouch, not as much. But yeah, those are the main five that carried it. They carried the show. And because just how successful of a show it is and how long it's been running, I feel like it's got to be a God tier one. That one I'll accept. That one I'll say is God tier. Next up we have Sid, the Science Kid. This one also was... This was also kind of... I don't want to say it was one of my favorites, but it also really interested me because science, that was the only other subject in school I was semi-any good at. Yeah. It also taught me a good amount of stuff about stuff that I didn't know stuff about, but now I know the stuff. Plus, I don't know. It's just something about the design of the show. I don't know what it is. Who cares? Sid the Science Kid, I will put you up in Binge Watcher. Binge watch it. Next up we have, Teletubbies. This shit was cancer. And you know where cancer goes? Right next to the cancer patient. Cancelled! And next up, speaking of inanimate objects that aren't supposed to talk, Thomas the Tank Engine. Not a fan of it. I will say not a fan of it. I don't want to put it in canceled though, because there's already two cancerous things in canceled. Thomas the Tank Engine isn't as cancerous, so we'll put him at Only Kids Will Like. And I feel like that's a fair place to end it. And it looks like this is where it's going to be. I've been Floz MG. This has been Ranking PBS Kid Shows, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.